Alrighty then. After 5 videos, it's time for a recap. First of all, we got to remember what we're doing here at all. So at the macro scale, what this is about is trying to find that elusive place called the hell out of the way, as in the phrase lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. We chose the third option, and now it's just a question of locating the hell out of the way. At the micro scale, what we're looking for is a way out of town. And that means something specific. It means a good long walk away from the center of population and commerce. And in the last couple of days, we've explored some options. In particular, yesterday, we examined the southeast sector of the city, of the town of Holbrook, which is behind me right now. And we had limited success, right? There is a way to get further out of town to the east-southeast, but it does involve walking right past the no trespassing signs posted by the Burlington, Northern, and Santa Fe, which I don't really want to do it if I don't have to. Then we took the top of the floodwall road and ran it down to the end. That's limited. It ends in a no trespassing sign after a couple of miles of okay walking. And then there's not so much to the southeast, but to the south. And to the south, we found a pretty good place. Day before yesterday, the only downside being that you essentially have to drive to it. So it doesn't correspond exactly to the spirit of the daily Hoof, which is about walking. Now, if it turns out that I do have to drive in order to find a really good walk, I'll do it. That may end up being the case. Today, though, we're going to have a look in the southwesterly direction. As you recall, at the end of the last video, we found that little way down off the flood wall in the southwest part of town. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. By the way, this is the first time in 6 weeks maybe that I've actually used the good camera. And it's the first time ever that I've used the good camera to film myself. After I took care of that introductory clip, I had to switch the microphone back around, pointing behind the field of view to get better audio. These are all little technological kinks that we will work out in time. Anyway, that of course is the railroad depot. Just to give you a sense of where we are. And this street road, alleyway, that the depot is on is called Bucket of Blood Street. Bucket of Blood Street crosses Navajo Boulevard, just on the north side of the tracks. Just on the south side of the tracks is Joy Nevin Street, which is the original walk. The walk to the store. That's an antique store. Used to be owned, maybe still is, by a guy named Phil. Who was a character. Further down on Bucket of Blood, we get into sort of a extended rolling junkyard. Piles of rubble, piles of debris, random old cars, and then we come to what was at one time a big fancy hotel. Entry archway, pinyon pine, another camper, and a horse. Hey, buddy. Over there, there's an indication that after its time as a nice big hotel, it served as a youth hostel. That's what the AYH stands for. American Youth Hostel, I think. So, presumably it straggled on for some years afterwards as a hostel. This pretty thing is living off of whatever grass it can scrounge. Somebody's fixed up one house down here that's pretty nice. And this is the new secret little roadway that we discovered yesterday back up to the flood wall. By way of reorienting you, that's the Highway 77 bridge over the Little Colorado. That's where we were yesterday. We walked east, which is the direction that we're facing, and kind of struck out. But at the end, we found this little pathway back up to the flood wall on which we are now standing. In the southwest part of town. So let's see where it goes. Look, in the distance, concrete teepees. Rail line. Riverbed. Junction with the main road. So that road that the hotel is on is blocked off when it gets this far. If we go that way, we're back to trespassing on BNSF property. Theoretically, we could go this way along these tracks. We flow. We follow the path of least resistance back up onto the flood wall. And once again, this is familiar. Somebody attempted to pour a road. I wonder if this one goes anywhere. Alrighty then. Major success. So the other day, when we jumped in the truck, rambled across the bridge, hooked a left on 180 by way of trying to find our way down to the river. That was success too, because we found it. But it was limited success because we had to drive. Today, finally on day 6, we've got a good walk. So, this is looking back the way we came. Doesn't look like focus is cooperating. Let's try this again. Did it finally catch up with itself? Yeah. Alright, so looking back toward the way we came and downtown. Hopefully you can see the tops of the teepees there in the middle distance. Right here is the tracks. Just the other side of the tracks is Joint Nevin Street. And through that little shortcut of bushes is where we encountered the rest area. And the pretty little wind. But we're not at the end of our new road. Because it keeps going. way down there is a TA truck stop, recursive acronym Truck Stops of America. I'm not sure this flood wall is going to hold out that far, but maybe.